We've got your latest film review right here. We're with Don Morton, film critic from Metropolis Magazine. How you doing, Don?
Doing well.
When you want the best burrito in Tokyo, you go to?
There's only one burrito in Tokyo, and that's at the Pink Cow.
And you see that burger? That big, juicy burger?
That's got to be Teddy's.
That's Teddy's. Teddy's in Harajuku and also now in Yokohama. All right, we're talking about this movie called The Revenant. First, What does it mean?
Okay, it's a good idea to understand the title before you go into a movie, and it comes from the French verb revenir, which means to return. And in its noun form, it means someone who has returned.
Returned from?
Well, the inference here is from the dead. It's about a trapper's guide in the Old West in the 1820s who is mauled by a grizzly bear and left for dead by those who are assigned to stay with him and bury him if necessary, because it doesn't look like he's going to live.
Well, needless to say, I guess he does not die.
Well, it would be a pretty short movie if he did now. So somehow, fueled by his need, his anger to find and punish those who did him wrong, he clings to life in a very hostile environment. This movie is so cold, you may want to bring a coat.
So it's kind of man versus nature?
It is, but so much more than that.
So how would you categorize this film?
Well, that's difficult to do. Of course, it's a tale of survival and revenge, but it's done so beautifully that you could call it an art house action thriller. Maybe Terrence Malick meets Sam Peckinpah.
Now, of course, we know Leonardo DiCaprio is in this movie. How did he do?
I have rarely seen an actor so committed to the role.
And the bad guy in this movie?
It's Tom Hardy, and it's a testament to this actor's skill that I didn't realize this until the closing credits. And I've seen all his movies. It's just amazing.
The Revenant. Now, who directed this?
That would be Alejandro Inarritu, who won Best Picture and Best Director last year. He co-wrote as well, and the cinematographer is Emmanuel Lubezki, who is Terrence Malick's go-to cinematographer.
Now, of course, this movie has been shown all over the world, and I have some friends back home in Hawaii who told me that this movie, especially the scene with the bear, is extremely graphic.
Oh, it is indeed. It's so much so it's almost too intense to watch. It's a fine use of special effects because it seems absolutely real. And that's just the beginning of this guy's ordeal. This is a raw, relentlessly visceral movie that may be too intense for some people.
I gotta ask, you said special effects, but the bear looks so real.
That's what the special effects guys get paid to do.
I think one of the most talked about scenes, obviously, is the scene with the bear. And I was wondering if you could give us some insight into it and like how you and the bear discussed it before you shot and if you've spoken since and all of that.
That was amazing that Jonah did that. I'm not supposed to talk in great detail about how that was done because it was Alejandro and Chivo's very specific work. They watched over Alejandro himself watched over 100 different bear attacks, but what he creates in that movie, in that sequence, is something that is almost like virtual reality. He almost awakens other senses, and I think people are talking about it for good reason. I think that sequence is going to go down in the history of cinema as an amazing, visceral, tactile sort of sequence that makes people really feel like they're there. And yes, it was incredibly difficult to do, but we rehearsed for weeks beforehand on just that sequence.
Well, talking about that, Alejandro, can you talk about how that sequence was planned and executed?
Well, it took a lot of months. I interviewed one crazy guy that did a book in bear attacks in Montana, who interviewed more than 100 guys that have survived or witnessed bear attacks, and he told me so much about it that I was absolutely shocked about how really a mother bear can feed, her cubs, and that's it. It's a very natural thing, right? A mother feeding their kids, as we do every day with chicken or with cows or with fish, but this time we are the prey. We are a human being caught by a bear, and we said, oh my God, that's unbearable. But we eat every day this amount of animals that has the same life. And the recounts of that guy really struck me, and I tried to not do a Hollywood thing where animals has emotions attached where they are scared or they are mad or they are empathy with us. No, they are just feeling their cups. And seeing so many videos too, we blocked that, and Leo obviously went through a very hard physical demands to make this, and every trick possible, from the analogic early cinema days to the most sophisticated CGI things. I use it in order to have the audience being impacted by it and witness something that they will never witness in real life.
Any other thoughts about this movie?
Well, as this guy goes through all the things he has to do to survive, including cutting open a horse, a dead horse, and climbing inside to stay warm for the night, I couldn't help but think during most of this movie that it's a good thing no one has invented smell-o-vision.
I guess the guys in this movie do look a little gamey, don't they?
Gamey would be a good word.
Gamey. Ooh. But somebody has invented smell-o-vision.
John Waters, I think I don't know if it was, I forget which movie it was, but he did a smell-o-vision kind of thing where he issued a 10-spot scratch and sniff card to everyone going in, and they were numbered, and when the number flashed on the screen, you would scratch that and sniff it. And there was a scene, a bedroom scene, where the woman is spraying air freshener, and then it says scratch number 3, and so you do, and immediately the fellow in the bed lays a fart.
Oh God!
And so that's what you smell. It's hilarious.
Oh, terrible. All right, now time to smell something good. Check this burrito. Scratch number 3.
Retake.
No, that's what happens after the burrito. But it tastes really good going down.
Get out the gas X.
Yeah, all right. And of course, that's happening at the Pink Cow in Roppongi, where Tracy is celebrating the jam sessions for professional musicians last Monday of every month, from like midnight until the wee hours.
Fabulous.
And this burger, look at this burger. Scratch number 2.
No.
This is a great burger. This has got to be the biggest, juiciest burger in Tokyo and now Yokohama.
Would you like to say any more things about it?
Teddy's, that's it. Would you like to say anything more, Mr. Morton?
No, thank you.
All right, we're out of here. Don Morton, film critic from Metropolis Magazine.
Ciao for now.